Time to say some stupid shit. Huge breast physics. Chat, today we are playing I Love You, Colonel Sanders. A finger looking good. So today we are playing this game. And I haven't played this since I had 50 followers. I haven't played this since April 16th of like 2021 or 2022, something like that. I haven't played this for a while. Forgot to eat. I got distracted by a man sitting in a bathtub of mac and cheese. I was gonna stream 2 hours ago, but I kind of got distracted by a man having a bath in mac and cheese and a hot dog. It was wild. I know. I forgot to make a Valentine's Day overlay. My ass is dumb. I know my Christmas stuff is still up. I'm sorry. Okay, we're gonna play this game though. And since you guys missed a really awesome intro, for this game, I'm gonna show you guys it because what the fuck is this? Chimkin! Ah, yes. I'm gonna turn this down. My god. It's so loud. But yes, my god. Yes, I'm spinning I love chicken so much. I love me some Colonel Sanders. Is the volume okay? Okay, now I feel like it needs to be louder. By the way, I love that this is chicken. I love these volume sliders are chicken. Literally chicken legs. I had chicken for... I had chicken for dinner. We're gonna start a new game, though. What is the name of me? My name is Glitch! Actually, you know what? It's not a glitch. Because I already know that chicken loves me. Okay, maybe they don't actually love me. I don't fucking know. I know my Christmas stuff is up. You know, actually, I'm gonna name my character Beppis. Chicken loves Beppis. Not confirmed. Confirmed Beppis chicken. I need to get to work on drawing stuff. Is that supposed to be BTS? Wait, go back! Reload! Shut up, chicken! Wait, no! Stop! Scuffed. Hi, G-Man. It's been a while, hasn't it? We're gonna try this again. I don't know if it's Sayori's room. It's a fucking game about chicken. Alright. Look, there's a chicken and hearts and BTS. What does this popcorn button do? Oh, it's just menu. Alright. Here we go. Is the volume okay? I think the volume's okay. You sleep softly in the as the morning sun casts a warm glow through the window of your modest student apartment. The world is peaceful and serene. You could say in the moment forever. Stay in the moment for... And you could wake up. Now. Your first day of culinary school is no time to sleep in. I want to smack the clock. Lying in bed, you stare at the ceiling, thinking about everything that awaits you at the prestigious University of Cooking School Academy for learning. Your mind begins to wander. I'm gonna allow myself to daydream a bit about the future. All the chicken. It's here finally, first day of culinary school. So many dishes to prepare, so many students to meet. Your mind is swimming with possibilities. When you realize you're running late, you grab a biscuit and burst out the... Oh, God. Okay. Chicken biscuit! Delicious. Just what you need to wake up with those morning taste buds. 4 out of 6 died in bis. Huh? What? I'm so confused. I have no idea. Ah! Sweaty! Hello. Yikes. You're in such a hurry, in fact, you forgot to put on any deodorant before running out the door. Oh no, you're stinky. You're sweating buckets around. Oh no, you're stinky! Standing in the quad, you gaze upon the magnificent University of Cooking School, an academy for learning. Here comes your lifelong best friend, Miriam. Miriam. Who names their child Miriam? That's like abuse. She is the most adorable, awkward person you've ever met, and you absolutely love her for it. Good morning, Beppis. Are you excited about the first day of the rest of our lives? Oh god. Actually, I am, because I sure am excited. A little nervous. Okay, a lot nervous. What the? It's just that this morning I made breakfast for myself, but, well, when I ate it, I couldn't taste any love in the food. I'm no good? What if I'm no good? What if I fail? Oh, pat. Pat. I gotta pat her head. I feel bad for her. Classic Miriam. Raised by mastership parents, she always held herself to a very high standing. I love how these glasses move when I blink. Ever since we were little babies playing together and you rescued me from that quicksand box, it's been clear to me that you're the most loving and caring person I know. You're gonna do great. But with the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning's famous 3-day only semester, I'm afraid of being left behind and never catching up. Sweet girl Miriam has always had a flair for the dramatics. This summer she got so nervous about her first kiss that she chipped her tooth practicing on a mannequin. My god. She... Okay. Oh my god. She died. She fucking chipped a tooth practicing on a mannequin. Where do you get a mannequin to kiss on? What the fuck? Let's change the subject to school gossip. Maybe it'll help her. It's hard to see Miriam like this, and frankly quite exhausting. Rather than dwell on her anxiety, you try to change the subject to something more interesting. All summer you've been hearing rumors about a dreamy, enigmatic mystery student who is enrolled at this school. Yeah, that's a little wearisome, but you'll be fine. Now, what about this mystery student we read about on the school message board? Any new deets? Oh, get this. I heard his name is Harlan, and he's no ordinary student. They say he has powers. He's had them since he was born from an egg. Born from an egg. Huh. An egg? Like a chicken? Don't be ridiculous. But that thing about having powers, it would line up with some other rumors I've heard. Like I already once fought a bear with just his smile. You both sigh thinking about the student so handsome that the laws of physics don't dare apply to him. Dreamy. Before you get another word out, you rudely interrupted when somebody smacks your books and custom engraved measuring spoons out of your hands and onto the ground. Can I have, guys? Can I have custom, like custom engravement of like my measuring spoons? That would be neat. I wish I had that. That would be so cool. Like the metal ones with like the engravement, that would be neat. But how do they smack it out of my hands? Hey! It's Ashley. Is this supposed to be McDonald's? Is this supposed to be McDonald's? It's Ashley. Your arch rival. She's totally evil, but you can't help but be filled with jealousy. She can get anything she wants, and she knows it. Okay. Is she McDonald's? She was standing for McDonald's. Hello, Ashley. Oh, I didn't see you there, chicken shins. Leave business shins alone. They're perfectly normal shins. There's a giant poop of his face. You can't stand Ashley. Even her name is annoying. You know, for the fact that that's actually Ashley, but hey, had to add extra letters to make yourself feel better than everyone else. Oh my god, maybe she... What if she's Elon Musk's daughter? What if she's named because of Elon Musk? That's why it's spelled like that. Wait, no, wait. They didn't have an X in it. Alright. Also, I like her having like chicken wings on her thighs. A nice design. If anyone here knows what perfect shins look like, it's us. We're not gonna let you or your really weird insults get to us. Across the quad, you see Ashley's best friend, Van the Man, has stopped looking at his own reflection in the mirror. His pants are so tight, you can see him casually working out his glutes while styling his hair. No lie, they're rocking glutes. Van Man. Jojo! He looks like a Jojo. You rang. Sono Cheeto, sad as me. Chicken. I'm sorry. Oh my god. You've never been sure what the arrangement is, but as long as you've known them, Ashley and Van have been just as close as you and Miriam, but substantially more devious. I can't believe that. Yeah, I think it is a JoJo reference because his name is Van instead of JoJo. Can believe the University of Cooking School Academy for learning would ever allow people like you to attend as students. I know, right? You'd think that they'd just hand us our diplomas now, or maybe hire us as professionals, as professors. You amateurs could learn a lot from us. I'm distracted by the JoJo. Your first day of school is about to start, and there's no time to properly tell these two off, so you resist the urge. Let's go, Miriam. Psh. See you later, losers. Oh my god. As you approach the door, you see a goofy-looking kid push hard against the window directly next to you. Oopsie. I think it's broken. Reach forward and pull the door open. That should do the trick. I love you! I think you mean thank you. My name is Pops! I was named after my Pop-Up! He's old! Could someone like this also be a student at school? He must be one heck of a chef. Even his name tag clearly says Bob. But I guess he's reading it upside down. Hi, Pop, I'm Beppis. So, are you gonna make me hold the store all day? Nope! I try to, sound stuffed up. And with that, the young man walks through the door. Oh, shit! Hey, Ozzy! How are you? Ozzy! What are you doing? How you doing today? Oh, I'm gonna figure out what you're doing. Oh! You're playing Overwatch! How was Overwatch? Good, tired, play some bread and... Oh. Brad and Fred and Rage at Overwatch. It was a rough day. Aw. I hope that the day gets better. Not one win. Oh no. You know what's really funny is that I just reinstalled / updated that game. I haven't played since Ramatra dropped. Oh. I hope that you have some nice rest, and if you need to eat, go eat. I hope that you have a nice time, and maybe I believe in you. You're gonna get some wins. I know you can. Ozzy, enjoy your rest. Yeah. My favorite character is Tracer. Kiriko, and I used to be a Battle Mercy back when before the Valkyrie update. Rip Gundam Evolution. It had potential, but it also was eh. That's why I keep thinking good time to play ranked, since it's on a reset and all players are everywhere, but the right, huh? Maybe I will step my toe beans in. I may do that. And if you, those who are coming that don't know me, I'm Glitch. I'm a Pegasus Cat Girl here on Twitch. We're playing I Love You, Colonel Sanders. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. I hope that you guys have a good time, though, here. Zoomies. The love of Colonel Sanders is what we all seek. Yes. I just got started playing the game. But yeah, enjoy your time. There's a JoJo motherfucker in this game. Alright. Is it just me, or is he kind of cute? I think it's just you. You both shrug your shoulders before following him into the building. You stand at the edge of the room, ensuring where to sit. Other students wander in and keep themselves busy chit-chatting. A scruffy-looking pooch takes his place at the podium at the front of the class. Adorable. Doggo teacher! Boop. Boop. The dog has a spatula in his mouth. Now, quiet down, everyone. Who's that unreasonably cute pup? And why is he in our culinary class? You must be Sprinkles, head instructor and CEO of UCSAL. Please call me Professor Dog. I may be cute, little, and fluffy, but I still demand respect. Woo! It's a Gorgo! What a cute dog is our professor. This is the best school ever. I guess only a dog's nose is capable of picking up all the nuances of fine dining. Out of nowhere, wind begins to rush around as the swirl of cherry blossom petals fill the classroom. I'm chilly. Someone close the window. And then he walks in. Why does he make him hot? You're immediately swept up in the aura of this new student and his remarkable goatee. Who knew anyone could be so handsome? Time stands still. It's him! If it isn't, my favorite student, Harlan. Colonel Sanders interrupts Sprinkles. Sorry, Professor Dog, before he can finish a sentence. Please call me Colonel. Colonel Sanders. Why did they make Colonel Sanders hot? Why did they make him hot? This is so fucked. A hushed murmur rolls through the classroom as Colonel Sanders walks down the aisle of the desk. Suddenly, the room is sweltering. Sweat begins to bead across your brow. You feel like everyone is looking at you, and you're not entirely wrong. And this over here must be Sweaty sweats a lot. Maybe we should open a window and back up before faucet pits melts into a puddle and evaporates entirely. You two both know my name. We were in the same kindergarten class. And what is it with all of you and your weird insults? I guess I have to... You guys have to turn and find the Colonel Sanders standing right in front of me. Oh, balls. Colonel Sanders, beautiful angel that he is, stands up before you smiling gently, his hand outstretched. Boy, howdy, this classroom gets hotter than a Kentucky fryer. Please use my handkerchief. You freeze up. Colonel Sanders is talking to you. Wait, Colonel Sanders is talking to you about how sweaty you look. You're completely mortified. This can't be your first interaction. What if he never forgets this moment? I will take the handkerchief. You stretch out your hand and Colonel Sanders places a fine silk handkerchief in it. It's so beautiful. You hesitate to press it to your face. And when you do, the feeling is transcendent. It has his natural scent. It smells like the most delicious chicken you've ever smelled. I think that's chicken, not man smell. Professor Dog steps in to settle the class down and set some ground rules. Welcome to University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning, the greatest culinary academy in the world. The birthplace of culinary legends past, present, and future. Many challenges await you. There will be tears. There will be blood. There might even be really adorable tiny food. I love really adorable tiny food. And when all is said and done, there will be a battle. You lift your sporks and compete in the broom cooking arena. Just then another student enters the classroom and interrupts Professor rousing speech. Hi guys, sorry I'm late. I hope everyone's had a good summer. I really miss... Quiet! Late to class is bad enough, but you interrupt my monologue. You're on the fast track. Out of here, young man. Are you sure you're even in the right place? Don't you recognize me? This is my third year in the school with you as my teacher. Everyone stares at him blankly. Does no one remember me? You're expelled if you utter one more word before I'm finished. What a rude little dog. He's so mean. He's so mean. Let that be a lesson to you students. That tardiness is unacceptable. Even Clank made it here on time, rolling halfway across town on his tiny wheels. You turn to see a student Sprinkles referencing who appears to be some sort of industrial kitchen appliance. The classroom burst into laughter. Oh, Clank, you rascal. Sprinkles walked in. This is so anime. This is insane. Sprinkles walks in the classroom as everyone stands in silent obedience. When he gets to you, he lifts his nose into the air and sniffs deep. Your diet is lacking. Based on what I'm picking up, you definitely need a multivitamin. You should take better care of yourself. You've never had a talking dog as a teacher before, but Sprinkles' reputation for being smart but tough is well known. I'm gonna give him a chicken snack. It's themed. You reach beneath your apron and return a chicken snack in your hand. Sprinkles' eyes go wide and lock onto it. His favorite! Well, I think there's some competition for a new star student. The furry professor immediately devours the snack, leaving your hand slick with a coat of warm doggy drool. You see those students eyeing you jealously, but pay no mind to them. If they wanted to succeed in life, they should have learned the importance of carrying a range of dog treat flavors on them. Why? Hold up. Like, chat, what the fuck? Who carries dog treats with them in their day-to-day life, out of school, for cooking? Why? Settle down, young chefs. Take your seats and prepare to have your mind open to an amazing possibilities of culinary creations. As everyone rushes to claim their favorite seat, you're left standing in front of the other of the room with two options remaining. Oh, no. Oh. Who do I... do I sit by my best friend or sit by the Colonel? Honestly, since this is a dating sim, yeah, Colonel. You move to take your seat by the Colonel. It appears he brought no books, pens, or pencils. However, his perfect upright posture shows of a seriousness that makes you confident in his desire to learn. Thank you for offering me this seat. I've only had two rules. Do all you can, do the best you can. Wait, do all you can. Do it the best you can. It's the only way you'll ever get the feeling accomplished or something. That's so inspiring. A little off topic if you ask me, but okay. As soon as you settled into your seat, Professor makes an announcement. Think fast, it's time for a pop quiz. Oh no. Yay! A quiz about me! This incredibly important and surprisingly short quiz will tell me if you are ready for life at culinary school. Keep your knife sharp and focus sharper. Here comes question 1. Okay, if a train A is traveling to point B and the train B is traveling to point A, how important is it to wash your hands before cooking? Extremely. Looking at you, Pop. That's right. Forest is to tree, as chicken is into feather. Oh, the most effective eating utensil ever created. I want to say comically oversized fork, but I'm actually eating with a spork, so it's a spork. Alright. What food is the best for broken hearts? Chicken! There's no chicken on this list! Why is camel meat a pancake that looks... Where is the chicken? I need chicken content here. Guys, why is chicken not listed as an option? I guess anything as long as it's prepared with love and not too much salt. Since Asian food and chicken are not options. That's right. Is Sprinkles a good boy? He is a talking dog at the teach. I guess this is a kid. Guessing this is, he wants to be called a good boy, but I'm going to be calling him the best boy. Alright, your total score is... Oh, he got a perfect score. Okay, that was easy. I'm gonna score a perfect 5 out of 5. Wow, be honest, did you cheat? You look up to see Colonel Sanders, who's been watching you tally your score. He's impressed. You know, we just met, but I have to confess, I think you have a beautiful brain. Hot diggity Beppis, you scored some Sure, Colonel Sanders poised with that performance. May I have your attention, students? I have an important announcement to make. Time for lunch! Wow, the cafeteria is as nice as any restaurant you've ever eaten at. It makes sense that a school dedicated to cooking would also be serious about eating. A delicious fragrance wafts through the room and tickles the end of your nose. Your mouth waters. Do you smell that? That must be our lunch. It smells crazy good. Everyone, can I have your attention? Is it about lunch? No, I wanted to apologize for my tardiness. You see, Howdy, folks. I'd like to make an announcement. Hey, it's about lunch. Yeah, shh. Lunch. She said shh. In honor of the new semester, I've prepared something special to share with everyone for lunch. That must be the smell I smelled. Indeed, that smell. You hold your breath and waiting to see what food mystery student has created. You've heard that he's very talented, but were the rumors true? It's this! Colonel Sanders lifted a large bucket above his head, its content glimmering in the light. Oh my god, a chicken. Piled high are huge pieces of chicken, breaded and fried to a crispy golden finish. The aroma envelops you and begins to feel warm and safe. Colonel Sanders has filled a bucket with chicken? What a novel concept. Your stomach begins to grumble as if it may stop thinking and as if to say stop thinking and start eating. For years, I've been developing a secret recipe for the perfect fried chicken. By my calculations, nothing less than 11 herbs and spices are required to achieve the perfect balance of flavor. You look around and notice that every other student has a pen and paper and is scribbling notes as fast as they can. But that's all I'll say about that. Ooh, what do you think about your stupid secret recipe, dude? Pshaw. Nah, my dude, nah. I'm just drafting a last will and testament in case, nope, one of those ingredients is poison. Got him. Oh my god. He's looking around nervously to see if anyone else laughed at his sick burn. That face. Colonel Sanders. Wait to see what Zinger Ashley has prepared to follow up, but she suddenly takes a different approach. Yeah, and I was like, writing in my diary. Dear diary, today I smelled something beautiful. I knew that at that moment that only the hands of a true gentleman could fry chicken so tender. I'm trying to do the Valley Girl voice. You see your body language change from bitter and evil to sweet and innocent. as she slides closer to Colonel Sanders. She realized that his destiny for greatness and fame with cooking skills like this, she wants them all to herself. Oh, please. Well, Van, the man. If you don't want any, I'll take his. Whoa, hold on. I mean, I guess I'll try it. He takes one bite and his eyebrows grow wide. He starts to contort his face as he tries to hold back the pure exhilaration and act unimpressed. His hair is like, it has a boner. Chat, have you ever had a piece of chicken so good that you have a hair boner? Never couldn't be me. I've never had a hair boner in my life. That just sounds so rough. Chicken game. Easy now. There's enough for everyone. Please, my fellow classmates, dig in. Take one of the pieces of fried chicken out of this bucket and sink your teeth into it. It's amazing. Tasting Colonel Sanders' food transports you to another dimension. Your taste buds grip the drumstick in your hand. You flow weightlessly. You focus your mind and meditate on trying to identify every flavor. I don't know which one. I like all these. I think this one. You let the food rest in your mouth and focus on scrutinizing every flavor. Salt, pepper, obvious too, oregano, basil? Maybe, but there's something else. Something dark, something spicy. You dig deeper, even deeper still until you find it. Could it be redacted? He really did it. How bold of an adventure to use redacted. You even go try deeper to see a flavor, but this revelation alone is more than you can handle. You snap out of it and you realize that this information was meant to remain a secret, and yet you now you know. A mantle of responsibility has rested upon your shoulders. As you look around, you realize that the room is consumed by the lunch. No one notices that you've traveled through space and time. After tasting his food, you should try to get some one-on-one time with Colonel Sanders. Approach him. Colonel Sanders smiles ever so softly as you approach. He stops what he's doing and allows you to break the silence. Colonel, I wondered if I could talk to you for a second. Anything for a fellow chef. What exactly was on that chicken? How bold of you to come to ask. It's an idea I had for a new combination of flavors that'll make my fortune and establish my legacy for all time. As I open a chain of highly successful fried chicken restaurants. No big deal. Why am I making myself laugh with my southern accent? Me trying to do like what? Mighty fine. I do say so myself. It's just that you and me here talking, I can keep a secret. In fact, I've got some of my own that I'd be willing to trade. What's the rush? The semester's only getting started. We've got 2 more whole days to get to know each other. He clearly is not going to give it up so easily, but he doesn't hurt to be persistent. You know what they say about secrets, Colonel Sanders? Shouldn't learning be fun? You've got moxie, I'll give you that. Colonel Sanders looks both ways to make sure you're truly alone, and then lean in. You can feel his warm breath as a whisper. Just one ingredient, but I can't tell. I don't know, redacted. It's something my great-great-grandmother taught me. Redacted? Wow. Never guessed that. In fact, you're not even sure where you'd get some if you searched. And redacted, this definitely isn't the flavor you tasted before. Now you're 2 ingredients closer to knowing the full recipe. But you don't tell Colonel Sanders that. While you're wrapping up this huge revelation, you notice that Colonel Sanders has disappeared. While everyone else is still in the cafeteria, you decided to go look for him. You find Colonel Sanders outside, standing in the quad. Oh, it's you again. Howdy. Sometimes I like to come outside and look at the school buildings. I think about how my story will continue on after I've graduated. It sounds like you have big plans. I dare say the biggest. I'll be leaving my mark on this world. You can bet on that. Alone together for the first time, you figured out how perfect a moment to show your personality to him. Let's be modest but thoughtful, because he seems like the kind of guy who would like that. Well, I just thought I would tell you that I really enjoyed your food. Now you got his attention. The flavors were complex but comforting. The interplay between salty and savory and peppery it was perfect. I appreciate the comment, Beppis. I'm sure you'll be a big success. I know we've only met today, but I'm starting to get the same feeling about you. I should head back inside. The next lesson is about to start soon. You step into a massive cooking arena where the afternoon lessons will take place. Each student gets an oven and all the tools and ingredients they could need. Look at this place. It's magnificent. Finally, we get to show our stuff. Wait a second. Oh no. We have to show our stuff? What if I totally blow it? You're not gonna blow anything except maybe kisses to the crowds of fans you're gonna earn by your signature adorable tiny food creations. I do love tiny food. Welcome, students, to the cooking arena. For today's lesson, we'll be cooking with partners. Hurry up and pair off. Naturally, Miriam looks over to you, unable to control yourself. But unable to control yourself, you pounce on Colonel Sanders. Hey, Colonel. Would you like to tackle this lesson as a team? A team of 2? That's me and you, if that wasn't clear. Want to be my partner? Sure, Beppis. I'll prepare at our station. Without you as a partner, Miriam was left standing alone. 2 different students quickly take notice. Hello, new partner. Beep, boop. Oh my, 2 potential partners. I'm so sorry, gentlemen. I don't know who to choose. It looks like you'll have to pick for her. Your friend duties can be a little awkward, but it's price paid for not being alone forever. I'm not sure about this kid's cooking ability, so I'm gonna do the robot. Robot. Sorry, Pops. I think that Miriam will be partnering with Clank today. It's okay. I already ate. It's not entirely clear if Pops has any idea what the point of school even is at this juncture. Clank is clearly excited to have some attention. He heats up and begins to roll back and forth. Warp, warp, warp. Hold on there, fella. We don't even know the assignment yet. Technically, Clank might not have a face, but there's something charming and earnest about him. Bzzz. Tissue? I hardly know you. Ha ha ha. Clank judders and a panel shakes loose. You get the impression that this is a sign of affection. Look at you two. Looks like you two will be fine. Now it's time to focus on your own classwork. Alrighty, you two. For today's lesson, you're going to keep it simple. Pick a basic dish and divide it up the steps. No chef is an island. It takes 2 flints to make a fire. You get the idea. It takes flint and steel to make fire, not 2 flint. I don't think. I don't know how fire works. Which dish do you suggest to your partner, Colonel Sanders? Steak tartare is too fancy. Octopus. No. Ooh, mashed taters. I love taters. And plus, it's a KFC menu item. I love KFC mashed taters. I do not know what they do to it. It is something. There's something about the mashed taters from KFC specifically that I actually like. We've always been something of a down-home chef. I think we could make something warm and inviting and comforting. Maybe mashed potatoes. And gravy! I couldn't imagine one without the other. Colonel Sanders cast a coy look at you, because your whole face is to go beet red. Embarrassed, you quickly turn away. I'll get the potatoes. No, please, let me. Picking perfect produce is a passion of mine. Looks like things are about to get pretty fresh around here. Does someone have a crush on Colonel Sanders? We're just cooking partners. Mind your own business. Sanders' heart is my business, and you better keep your fingers off my man. Why did I just give her like the lumpy space princess voice? Did someone call for me? No, jeez, Van. While I'm over here crashing Beppis' dreams, you're supposed to be taking care of our classwork. That's the deal, remember? Colonel Sanders returns, armful of potatoes. He tosses them into boiling water and turns his attention to you and your old friends. Oh, howdy, Ashley. Van. We're working in a quartet instead of a duet now? Actually, no. It looks like Beppis was struggling, so we offered to give them a hand. Ugh. How do I... This is too loud. Too loud. It's too loud in my ears. You know how it is, these young amateur chefs need a lot of mentoring. I was gonna say, Colonel Sanders, maybe I could also teach you a thing or two about fancy food. Maybe one day you might be able to get up to my level. Ha! Doubt it. Don't be rude, Van. Personally, you have no doubts whatsoever about Colonel Sanders' ability to concoct creations worthy of admiration. After all, your fried chicken was quite spectacular. But Colonel, if you ask me, might be better. Ask me, I might be a better partner for you than this thing that has positioned itself at your station. Don't you feel like, deep down, that we cast complementary shadows? We fit together like a thigh and a drumstick. It just makes sense. Nothing about this makes any sense, and one thing is clear, that she's coming for Colonel if you don't watch out. Ashley is really going at you hard. You need to ask for some backup here for things before things get ugly. Turn to Colonel Sanders, hunk of hunks, in your time of need. I'm here to learn to express myself via my cuisine, not bickering with prima donnas. Partners were chosen at the beginning of the class, so let's all respect the format, okay? You turn to Colonel Sanders to confirm if you're on the same page. I chose Colonel Sanders and Colonel Sanders chose me. Isn't that right? A businessman respects a fair agreement. From the contract to handshakes. I took on Beppis as my partner for this activity and I stand by it. Based on your team's behavior, I'd say that you're perfect for each other. Neither of you has Beppis' natural talent or their loyalty. Do this. I gotta drink water. Being defended by Colonel Sanders leaves you proud and full of potential. You look at Sprinkles in hopes that he might step in. He's nowhere to be found. Darn those cute corgis and their short but sturdy stature. Fuck. Guys, I need to get... I have like... Ugh. Oh shit, I forgot my water. Guys, I'm gonna go AFK, and it's ad break time. Go get a drink, get up, stretch, please. Also get them snacks. I'm going to get myself a drink because I forgot my water across the room. I'll be back in 3 minutes, alright? We're gonna go stretch. You look down at your station, realize that the tension in the moment your hands have been cooking on autopilot. Distracted by the drama, you've already crushed the boiled potatoes into a pretty creamy mashed mixture with plenty of butter and cream for flavor. It's as if your natural passion guided you through the steps. You know so well that your attention was elsewhere. Because I forgot to change my... Because I forgot to finish the art for overlays, Revo. That's why. Why Christmas? I forgot to draw a new overlay. No, sad. No, sad. I'm also sad. Trust me, I forgot myself, so like... Here. I'm also sad. I don't want Christmas, I want spring. I want Christmas again. But that's just because Texas spring is hot. I know I don't know just what to do. Colonel Sanders' hand extends. He's holding a beautiful white porcelain gravy boat, out of which he pours a smooth brown gravy, smothering your nearly finished potato dish. Gravy flows down the mounds of mashed potato. The result looks spectacular. Granny would be so very proud. I want mashed potatoes now. You just got home from work and you need to sleep. Have a nice sleep. Have a nice sleep, Revo. How are you doing today? I'm glad you got home though. I hear that up where y'all live it was rough. So I'm just glad you're safe. And I also admire these mashed potatoes. Whoever drew these mashed potatoes, they look good. Like the nice lumpy kind. Like, I like lumpy smooth potato. Aw, thank you for the lurk, Reva. I really appreciate it. Dream of the wonderfulness that is Colonel Sanders. Look at him. He has such a good goatee. Like, whoever drew this is really good. Colonel Sanders holds his fork out to you. You reach out and grab hold of it, but he doesn't immediately let go. The two of you stand holding the same spork in the small amount, and for that small moment, all the madness and pressures in this crazy world stop. Your eyes lock. The moment is electric. Time stands still. If you love something, set it free. Together you dig the utensil into the mashed potatoes and lift a heaping sporkful up. When you see Ashley with a sinister look, you know she's plotting against you to be with Colonel Sanders. And then, filled with rage and without thinking, you fling the sporkful of mashed potatoes right in Ashley's stupid, beautiful face. Man, do something! Do something. Scooping up a fingerful, Van tastes the dribble, mashed potatoes, and gravy, and realizes that it's delicious. Horrified by this revelation, he slinks away. Will he ever be able to cook something with so much love and integrity? Hold on right there, Beppis. We do not waste food in the broom's cooking arena. Colonel Sanders, I expected better from you. If you threw one more spoonful, you'd both better be prepared to eat it from wherever it lands. Can I have potato face? Van rushes back over a covered dish in his hands. Mashed potatoes and gravy? Pathetic. In just a few minutes, I prepared a full meal. Gaze upon my specialty braised tentacle of octopus. In my silky saltwater sauce. Plated with a battle axe forged by my supreme chef ancestors. This is so silly. You've ignored me for too long. This ends now. It is I who will have the first bite, and you will all look on with envy. The interrupting student rushes at Van, swipes a bite of his signature dish right off the plate. No, don't! Something about this dish doesn't strike my nose quite right. I think the octopus was rushed and may have turned in the process. The result could be toxic. Too late. It has been eaten. I think I left something in the oven. I don't feel so good. It killed him! No! Everyone, step back. Don't take another bite. When you look back at the plate, the rest of it's gone. You notice the tip of a tentacle being slurped in Pop's mouth. Pop winces in pain for just a moment, and then almost immediately back to his oblivious self. Oopsie. Tastes like poison. The entire class is gathered to watch Pop's final moments. Shock has frozen the whole crowd. They are as motionless as statues. The class bell rings, disturbing the moment and snapping everyone back into reality. It would appear that Pop's enthusiasm for trying new things, despite obvious danger, has inoculated him against poisons of all kinds. I'm not sure the professors here make enough money. Hello? I've turned into a ghost over here. Seeing that you're shaken up by that really annoying student and all of his nonsense, Colonel Sanders approaches you. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Please let me walk you home. What? For real? Come on! You follow Colonel Sanders out of the room. Do they do nothing about the body? Where are they gonna hide the body? Did they call the police? What happened? Are you just some innocent ghost with no body? Like, what's with that? The night, the school building has taken on another vibe entirely. It's dark, and more than a little spooky. Colonel Sanders stands in the quad's neon glow and speaks softly. Those mashed potatoes you made in class today. Before you go on, I want you to know they're not a great representation of my skills. I didn't even realize I was making them. They were amazing. Tasting them, it reminded me of why I became so passionate about food to begin with. Colonel Sanders is getting choked up. Cooking is obviously important to him in a way that you find inspiring. Now might be the perfect time to tell him you're developing feelings for him. Colonel Sanders? Yes, Bippus? There's something I need to tell you. Hold it right there! There's something I need to tell you first. Oh, jeez. You see, when I was just a boy, I had a dream that one day I would be the greatest chef in the world has ever seen. And every day since, I have worked towards that dream, day and night, never stopping, never resting. Also lifting a lot of weights, like so many weights. You should follow your dreams with all your heart, that our soul may grant them like wishes floating on a shooting star. Hey, no, you... Shut up! I'm the one who's saying the inspirational stuff and being the star of the story. Are we forgetting that your cooking literally killed a guy? You can't prove that. I also saw that you killed that guy. What was his name? Somewhere in the distance you hear a long, sad sigh. Forget him! We're talking about me. Me. I'm the hero. Oh, no. What the fuck is that? Excuse me. The Spork Monster is here to fight a hero. I left the fridge open. Later, nerds! How dare you threaten me? How dare you threaten me just as I was letting my guard down and connecting with another chef on an emotional level? Be afraid. Be very afraid of me because I'm a monster, see?
I will send you to Jesus.
Is he rhyming on purpose or is it's just a coincidence? Before we can discuss the syntax any further, it's a turn-based fight sequence. What will we do? Oh my god, this is like a fight. This is a Final Fantasy overlay. Kind of. But not really. I'm attack. You decide to go on the attack. Which attack do you use? Cook with love. Does 1 damage. It just got real. That attack really upset Spork Monster. Spork Monster goes on the attack. They spit hot gravy at you. You take 1 damage. Attack. Instead, go on attack. It worked last time, right? Spork Monster won't forget this. Spork Monster's really feeling threatened by your attack. Spork Monster focused their mashed mind to draw its energy in Mother Earth itself. It grows larger and more intimidating. How do you respond? Defend. You decide to defend. What defense will you use? What does trepidation mean? Hold your head between your hands. Say, this is not happening. This is not happening. Spork Monster's no quitter. Buffed up and ready to rumble. They go on the attack once again. Spork Monster use Utilitensile. You take 2 damage from the attack. If you take much more damage, won't be surviving this battle. I'm gonna attack. Cook. Spork Monster's oozing with cheese sauce on the lawn of the quad. I wonder who's going to have to clean that up. Feeling vulnerable, Spork Monster prepares its ultimate attack, Rounded Edge. Vile villain, your reign of terror stops here. Colonel Sanders summons the energy of 1,000 chickens. Pop power pinch. Pop power pinch. Does damage. The Spork Monster is defeated. You saved me. An injured Spork Monster spews steam into the night. You know, I will spare him. Undertale taught me that sparing people. Night, Ophilis. Night. Have a good night. Also, chicken attack. Also, Pizza the Hut. You managed to tamp down your disgust at the sight of a gnarly beast long enough to realize that he is a living creature with a pure soul who deserves your pity, not your wrath. Be gone, beast, but do not dare come back for a follow-up encounter tomorrow. I won't forget this, and I certainly won't be back like you said. Spork Monster scuttles off into the night. The defeated monster left behind a special item. It appears to be a cookbook, but upon closer inspection, it's much more. It's a book of magic spells with a golden chicken on the cover. It's the Necro-Clucknathon. The Necro Cluck 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 Nom Nom. Fuck. You open the cover to find the library card tucked inside. Last name signed out is Borko. Borko. That name sounds strangely familiar. Your blood is pumping as you stand into the quiet night, holding the mysterious book in your hands. As you come down from your battle buzz, you realize that your final attack has left you completely depleted. The world around you begins to fade away. Without any ingredient, you keep your without any energy, you keep your eyes open. Darkness takes you. Can't you? Words, they're hard. The image of Colonel Sanders flashing before your eyes as you fall asleep. It must have helped you get home. In your tired state, you don't know if you could have made it without him. What a guy. You wanted to thank him, but you don't have the strength to utter a single word. You feel your covers being pulling over you as you're tucked in tightly. Good night, my Colonel. In your dreams, you're together with Colonel Sanders. For some reason, Sprinkles is also there, instructing your love dreams are weird. Oh my god. You wake up on day 2, attempting to process the wild visions you had. Were they memories or premonitions? You lie in bed and stare at the ceiling, thinking about the secret you discovered while tasting Colonel Sanders' cooking yesterday. You can't believe he really used redacted. And then there was the secret ingredient that Colonel Sanders went ahead and told you outright. Not much of a secret, huh? It's probably because he already trusts you so much. Sure, that makes sense. We'll go with that. You meet up with your bestie in front of the school. Before you can tell her about the encounter with the spork monster, she launches into a story of her own. Okay, I know this might sound a little strange, but I think I might like Clank. Like him? Like? I know, it sounds like it's moving too fast, but there's something about him. I like him. Like him. We've got to talk after class, and he's actually a total sweet guy. Not only that, but he's really smart. He told me all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders. Did you know that Colonel Sanders was the most popular kid in his high school? No, but that does make complete sense. Yeah, he was so popular that he was voted prom king at a school he didn't even go to. And was also the convertible that he himself rode at the front of the homecoming parade. What? He didn't even go, and was also the convertible that he himself rode in front of the homecoming parade. What the fuck? I'm thinking that maybe something lost in the pressure cooker language translation there. Either way, maybe it'd be the best if you took it slow with this new boy, like I am with Colonel Sanders. Even Colonel Sanders, the coolest guy in school, the most famous student to ever attend University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. You're a thing now? We definitely connected yesterday. Ah, sure you did. You're great. Why wouldn't he be into you, I guess? Laughing at the implication that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great. You have an idea about how to prove that your love is real. Well, if he was not into me, then why did he tell me his secret ingredient? However, you don't tell her that you know a second ingredient too, which you discovered on your own. Your bestie's eyes light up. A secret ingredient? Yeah, I just said that a secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in here? Miriam checks to make sure you're alone before continuing. So this summer, while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in a botanical garden where I was wandering. This can't be good. He told me about his passion for spices. Secret spices! And then even gave me some to show what he meant. He said it was a powder created from a super duper rare dried up flower petal, and that if I did him a big favor, I could have some of my own. Please, Miriam, don't tell me. So I filled my suitcase with them and brought them home. He was so nice that he even met at the gate when I arrived. Later, when I was cooking with him, a very strange feeling came over me. Flavor like anything I'd ever tasted. I think you're being very liberal in meaning of spices here. Whatever, anyhow, we both shared an interest in cooking, so we've stayed in touch, like pen pals. I bet he loves to know more about the new spices. Well, I'm definitely not supposed to share Colonel Sanders' secret recipe, and besides, I only know the one ingredient, so I doubt it'd be much of use to anyone. Please, please, please. It would mean the world to me. No one has to know it came from you or from Colonel Sanders. I'm gonna make up a fake ingredient. It's, your momium. You quickly make a fake ingredient, and you didn't know about that. It was Eye of Newt. I know it sounds like some kind of witch potion, but what can you do? Eye of Newt? Wow! Her eyes light up, imagining a thing that you'd figure would satisfy her curiosity, and she'll move on. However, she immediately turns around and does the thumbs up type thing on her phone, so you can't quite see. That's probably not good. Before you ask her to confirm that she's definitely not texting secrets to other people, you're interrupted. A wind rush. Cherry blossoms fill the air. It's Colonel Sanders arriving at school. Oh my god, he's on a horse. I'm gonna run to him. Such a majestic horse. I want to pet the horse. You decide that the best way to show Miriam how serious you and Colonel are would be to run to him. Surely he'll sweep you up onto the back of his stallion and ride away together. That'll show her good. Oh, Colonel, my Colonel. However, you suddenly move and surprise the horse, and it reared up, kicked you directly in the face. Ah, that could actually kill somebody. The force of the blow completely knocks you out cold. In the darkness, you see a vision. Oh, Pepis, I'm here to deliver you a message. Not this guy. It's important that you remember this exactly as I say it. Okay, if you forget, the world could end. So you know it's serious. I have been trapped in the realm beyond, but a great prophecy is on my return, the slab. You can save me. All you need to do is repeat my name 3 times like Beetlejuice. And that name is... Before you can continue, you're suddenly awake. Oh, geez. I'm awake if you... You awake to find Colonel Sanders tending to you. He rouses you back to life with a satchel of secret spices, or is it just his natural seasoned musk? I don't know how to feel about that. Compliment on the craftsmanship of his shoes. Maybe he shouldn't be riding a horse to school, and maybe you shouldn't be running up to animals that you don't know. It's hard to say who was in the wrong here. But one thing's for sure, though, that colonel is pretty dreamy. That horse has beautiful shoes. You could really feel how smooth and sturdy they were when they were pressed into my face. It's nice to hear. No one really appreciates good craftsmanship anymore. And with that, Colonel Sanders disappears into the school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. You enter the classroom. You can see your two rivals, Ashley and Van, are doing something bad. By the way, they're hiding. It must be really bad. Like, counterfeiting recipes bad. Experimenting with restricted ingredients bad. Summoning a demon bad? You try to get a peek over Van's hulking shoulders. and he sees you come. But he sees you coming. Whoa there, little one. I'm not sure you're ready to handle this. I'm going to act as if I'm not interested. You sit near the rivals, but you leave your back turned to them. You can hear Van Van muttering something that sounds like a magic spell. However, he notices you eavesdropping. You try to cover your tracks and improvise an excuse. It's time for class, and you're distracting the rest of us who want to learn. Now you've upset them. Oh, and you're Emperor of Cooking, you're Emperor of Cooking, aren't you? You make the rules? Oh my god. I'm not sure if I'm not blah 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 blah. Being the best in the world takes more than just culinary skill. It takes creativity. It takes panache. And it doesn't hurt to be a little evil. Finally get a look at what they were hiding and you instantly recognize it. It's the book! Just like the one you found after you encountered the spork monster. It's the same book that I found last night in the quad. Ashley immediately elbows Van, who hides the book behind his back. I don't know what you're talking about. That book is a family heirloom. Its contents are secret. You notice that they haven't been studying the book. We've got Pops pinned to the wall, and they're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch them in his mouth. We're playing! Before you can dig it any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. It's almost time for class. Beep, beep. Clank must be running late. He's in such a hurry that he rolls right over Van Van's meaty foot. Hey, watch it! You bucket of bolts. I'm walking here. You watch how you talk to him. He didn't do anything. Bzz, womp. Who do you think you are talking to? I've never heard such language. Not even from a stand mixer. Womp womp. No, your mother was a stand mixer. Van Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van Van, sending him flying across the room. Protect me, Colonel Sanders. These crazy men are about to come to blows. I think it must be over me. I'm not interested in either of them. Ashley's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely he must know that this is a ruse, right? Gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves. Save it for the arena, at least. Or don't. Honestly, what do I care? I've got lofty career aspirations to focus on. Maybe I can help you with your business plans. Just then, Sprinkles arrives to signal the true start of the class day. He's panting, which doesn't seem to be that abnormal. He's a professor, but he's also a dog. Students, please take your seat. I apologize for my late arrival. I spent the morning chasing a car around town, and with my tiny legs are very, very tired. But I'm here now, and I hope you're ready to learn. Rub his dog belly. He loves it. Sprinkles stops in his tracks and sniffs the air around you. Something has him in a trance. It's the scent left on you from Colonel Sanders. Sprinkles jumps on and licks your face. Down, boy, down! Off toppin'. Off toppin'? Off toppin'. Wait, why is it in German? Off toppin'? What does off toppin' mean? No jumping? I don't... Stop? I think it means stop jumping. But I literally can't tell. That command shouted by Colonel Sanders has snapped Sprinkles out of his trance. I wonder what's up with that. Sorry, I got a little carried away. After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of his classroom. Without further ado, we review the global history of my favorite fowl, the chicken! You want to pay attention to class, you truly do. Which is why, in 1777, at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was the chicken who first signed their name. They can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders, and you missed a lot of the most important parts. When you come to, Sprinkles holds holding a tray of food in front of you. Well, Beppis, naturally this appears to be a sample platter. What do you want? A glass of water, shimmering pepper, dog biscuit. Because of the shape it's baked in, assuming the dog biscuit is a treat made by Sprinkles. An example of his own culinary talents, perhaps. Reach for it when Sprinkles jumps and bites onto your cooking apron. What kind of monster would steal a dog's favorite biscuit? Your apron is left in tatters. The entire class looks in horror as you fall unconscious from the embarrassment. Is this the end? You fade into darkness, but something is there. Spork monster? Sporko? What are you doing here? It's not your time, my friend. Your act of kindness has not been forgotten. You watch your apron magically repair itself. You won't have to live in embarrassment anymore. Thank you, my friend, wherever you are. Which item do you sample? I want a glass of, shimmering pepper. Glass of water. Maybe hydration. Hey, that was mine. It was my favorite from my favorite toilet. Give me $6, and you got excellent taste. You think to yourself, geez, I wish I better pay attention. We all make mistakes. I'm sure he'll forgive you someday. Come on, it's time for lunch. I drink toilet water. I should not be happy. Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim, and your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement. Today's lunch will be prepared via timed competitive cooking. Step and tell him you're on. A bit of lunchtime competition, eh? Count me in. You ever watch the tables with the fools before you set my lunch table? You fool, you're a fool. Good one, Van. I like your gumption, Beppis. My nose is like so stuffy. I will watch your performance. Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkles stepped in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness. Now, students, please sit down. This is lunchroom, not a sportsing court. Finally, a little sense. Breathe a sigh of relief. At least not until we're on the timer. Oh no. A timer. There's a huge light blasts you in the face with the flashing words, "Red timer ready." That's what I'm talking about. Woo! It's time to be collected. Yeah. It's a hard way to build a solid foundation of confidence, but cannot be swept away, and that's an original quote by me. In case anyone was wondering, I hope it's a message that lifts you to victory. Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure. Now's my chance to shine. I'll defeat you myself. Okay, he has chicken, made mashed potatoes, gravy one day. Boil time, boiled potatoes, fast time. Oh, okay. Bye. Sounds cool knowing that. 11. Small town, big dream born. Silence. That's right, when you tasted your cooking, they'll also be taken in with an unable to speak. No skirt silence out the corner of your eye. I believe in you, Beppis. It's actually cheering you on. would be awesome instead he knows that he'll be watching me till he'll forget what you're doing. Think about Colonel Sanders. What are you thinking? Get your man out of the competition. Grr. Stand over the desert island. Oh, okay. She's like... Oh no, I lost. Okay, so she made a dessert. I just realized I skipped through a bunch of things. Because I thought the timer was still going. Colonel Sanders puts hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within. Oh, that's cute. It's like a little honeycomb with some blueberries. Wait, that's a cheese croquette. Top sliced honeycomb. Ice cream 2 ways. Tender nougat. Pearl of blueberry gelée. Ooh. Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed, as he dips his fingers in the chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley? Oh, you. Hee hee. I'm gonna internalize my rage. I love how my daydreaming, like, fucked me over. Your rage burns so intensely that your eyes burst to flame. Flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash. They fall off your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester, perhaps forever. Embarrassed and shamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried eyebrows. You run for the quad to be alone. The beautiful weather feels like an insult inside you as storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and they decide to get married. And he won't ask you to cater for a wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out. I'm fine. I can just leave. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. I'll never be a master chef. Failure is a part of life. Not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well, then think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you. Enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Well, handsome for sure. I was born that way. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician. I was passionate about justice, and I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I lost my business partner to a gunfight. Lost my innocence when I picked up a firearm and put a bullet in my rival. He survived for a while, I know how. I didn't know. People see my delicate ribbon tie and my well-kept beard and assume that I've got it all together. Which is true now, but hasn't always been. Sounds like this guy could really use a hug. I resolved then that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money could deter me from giving the best I had to give. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignite inside him, a burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure. It's honest. It's something that a dumb man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I'll create a new chain of chicken restaurants. I'll bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Yay! Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening shadowy presence. Battle scarred from the night before, you're prepared for the worst. It's the spork monster! Borko? It is I! I know I said I wouldn't be back, but after the whole fight to the death thing, maybe you don't really want to see me anymore, but I just want to say that I was wrong to attack you, and I apologize. I know that what it's like to having to have always looked over your shoulder. Monster problems, am I right? Oh, thanks, Borko. I'm thinking that there's no hard feelings. Getting jumped by a giant creature in the dark of night can really rile up a person. I also want to apologize for the way I switched right into attack mode. I know that you're strong, and cooking school can put a person under a lot of stress. I actually used to go to the school. I wasn't always a spork monster, you see. I don't believe it. You were human once? Well, no. I was a golden retriever. But I was still a student. Till one day, some mean kid with a magic spellbook cast a dark enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed. Magic spellbook. Precisely. I had procured a copy for myself, but somewhere along the way, I lost it. If you find such a book, I beg you respect it. You're a powerful chef, and shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear. I'll be there. Sounds like there's some bad cooks in the kitchen of life us together. I'm sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss. A personal private invite? You can imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like. Sounds like you're about to find out. Stepping into Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. It looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Baby picture with the fucking chicken. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk to you about food with other ambitious chefs. Well, there is something that it's just a side dish I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure if I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up. He starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to be prepare something spicy or something crispy, well, perhaps. Now you've got him right there where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him, or keep it secret? I'm going to reveal it. You decide that you're ready, as you'll ever be, to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. God damn it, coleslaw. The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light. I actually do like... I really do like the fucking coleslaw. Magnificent. Together you chow and creamy coleslaw until a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later and think back to this moment. You could offer to make him more, but he seems to be a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. You realize that now is the perfect time to do some sneaking. Around the room, various items can be looked at, and it seems that they radiate memories and emotions. Tap an item to discover more about the Colonel. Chicken! You notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on a corner table. When you pick it up, you realize that it isn't just realistic, it's real. Taxidermy. Must have been important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive. A little note clipped to the chicken's foot says, "The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky." A candle. A scented candle. You pick it up and identify the smell. Power tool? Freshly starched collar. Piece of wood floating in a lake. Summer of 69. Let's go. Very nice. No. It's one of the secret ingredients. It's redacted. Okay. A silver lock of hair woven through the teeth of the comb. Upon further inspection, you realize that the hair therein isn't just silvery in color. It's actually made of spun silver. The fuck? Take a close look at the urn sitting nearby pedestal. There's a plaque and it's dusty. Wipe it off to read the inscription. Here lies the ashes of all my past careers and business failures. Poor guy. An adorable little baby boy crawling across the floor. From the goatee and mustache combo he sports, you figure that this is Colonel Sanders himself. That'd be a drumstick he'd be waving as a rattle. Who frames baby pictures of themselves? He's the same type of person that'd make his own face. It's the logo of a company he founded, am I right? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. One of the framed photos showing an old man who looks a bit like the Colonel Sanders standing with a friend. They hold fried chicken drumsticks and appear to be cherishing them. You look closely to see if there's some sort of... I wonder who my friend Pete is. The photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the Pyramid of Egypt. Okay. Then the ghost suddenly pops up. Are you thinking about heading out into the world on a quest to avenge my death? Wait, what? I never learned your name. How can I avenge you? I could just tell you my name, you know, it's... Can't you see? I'm in the middle of something. Open up the window, the crack of the ghost soon swept out into the breeze. Then more about the Colonel. That's where he gives a secret recipe. You moment on the number important to concern Sanders. As soon as you turn the dial 11 111 1111, the safe opens and inside you find a single note. Tap on an item and find more about Colonel Sanders. I don't have any more items to tap. Oh wait, that door. Bing, bing, bing. The open door is Colonel Sanders' closet. Find a row of signature white suits hanging within them. You take one off the hanger and you try it on. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. Give yourself a deep hug, breathing innocent. They say that home is where the heart is, and it is. And is this what they meant? Before you look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he's been working on that he wants you to taste. Try to act casual until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket. I don't usually loan those out, but I must say, it does look good on you. Oh crap, the jacket. I'm gonna fess up and tell the truth. You confess. I think I've developed feelings for you. I might be developing feelings for you, but I'm concerned. I can't let anything get in the way of my dreams. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of an emotional breakthrough gives you a pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Yes, Baptist? I honestly think that this is the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift off into a slumber. Dream sequence. You wake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will really tell. Today is the day that could change the rest of your life. You think about the new secret ingredient you just learned, redacted. In some jurisdictions, redacted isn't even legal. If this recipe is secret, how will they know? Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges from the room. He holds a gorgeous plate of breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it. And here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up. Oh! It's meticulous. You taste Colonel Sanders' food, and he takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting for you to ask an important question. So, would you say we're the perfect match? How presumptuous. My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. I don't flatter him. You know, I think we would make a great team. A single tear begins to pull the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner? You could be talking to you. Is it happening so quickly? Overcome with emotions, you're confused by your feelings. You're on the verge of tears, unable to speak. The only answer you can find is run out the door and get home. There's one more day of squatter on the University of Cooking School Academy for learning waits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is waiting for you. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried about something had happened to you. It's okay. But now it's my turn. But now it turns out you're fine. I can get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Sure, but you will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date. Oh my god. I think I can believe that. Since I've been partnered up with Clank, he asked me to go out with him. Of course, I told him you better keep your dials turned to polite and respectful. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time and actually getting to know me. So I said, yeah, sure, I can get to know a little metallic guy. The little metallic guy. Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends, and the thing quickly spiraled out of control. Did she just say skydiving as if it's the typical first date to talk with a talking pressure cooker? And now I'm not really sure where we stand. You don't just give Miriam time to tell her story, however. Bottling up in details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date, too, back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him. You what? Nothing happened but emotional connection, wowzers. Miriam tells you to move on from the whole Colonel Sanders obsession and focus on school. I can't do anything. This is stupid. If being obsessed with Colonel Sanders is wrong, you don't want to be right. After a short argument, you both agree to go your separate ways. Oh no. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop. Though he might not quite grasp the fact, because, he's Pop. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious. Oh, it's great. I'll order you up one right away. I'll have my swirly with Sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. Can you get your swirly dip too? Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person in the school? There is that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? You've got some nerves, Bep is suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse. Now you're twisting my words, and I won't have it. You clench your fists, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince in pain. Doesn't look like you can go to school like that. Might as well give up. I'll never give up, ever. Colonel Sanders arrives as it appears things are close to boiling over. A natural, intuitive person, he senses something has been going on. Whew. I'm so close to being done, I think. We're so close to being done, chat. I'm having allergy problems. Is everyone excited for the final days of school? Beppis? How's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back to fighting form by this afternoon. Aren't you concerned about my hand, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What's he doing complimenting her? But what about the flavors of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? It was clear that you're passionate about how your food was received. That's a lot of words to say. It was bland. Words to say it was bland. Excuse me, Beppis. I am more than capable enough of speaking for myself. Maybe you should tell me more about your thoughts as we walk to class, Colonel. I'm always interested in discussing the fine arts of fine foods. See you inside, Beppis. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who she is. She really is. You walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take out the spell book you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Whoa! That's that book! It looks like bad news. It's just something I found lying around. It would appear that it's some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff. A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if they weren't really powerful. I can imagine one surefire way to find out. You open to a page covered with arcane warnings. Cast only in case of extreme emergency. It says around the edges of the pages. I could use this spell here to say it will erase anyone I choose from all my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it probably would help me focus on the upcoming final exam. That's way drastic. Couldn't you do something else, like anything else not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger? Okay, it is drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures. Got memory erasing spell sitting in front of you. It's a pretty good excuse to try it out. I'm gonna not do it after all. Take your friend's advice and you put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room, waiting for the 3 students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want all of you to know I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose scrunches and begins to breathe quickly. He must be hungry. Reach for some old homework to give him as a snack. You reach in your backpack and grab some homework from last semester that you forgot to turn in. Sprinkles immediately goes for it and gobbles the sheet of paper like it's a piece of fresh chicken rawhide. I apologize for my outburst. I know it seems cliche, but not much of this world satisfies like ungraded work. My, Beppis, you were studying something with cinnamon? I've been sitting on a lecture series about the art of cake baking. How insightful. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, Beppis, for reminding me that to dole out the indispensable bit of wisdom, you see. But before he can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. Sprinkles is interrupted by Boris sparks coming from the back of the room. I told you to save it for after class. Sad robot noises. You think I wanted to be thrown from a plane strapped to a stranger? Miriam and Clank appear to be arguing. You still haven't learned to speak Clank's language of mechanical noises. But no, you had to show off to your cool kid friends, Jeff and Joan. J and J forever. Watch us form a triangle in midair as we descend. Triangles are our strongest shape, you know. Bzz, bzz. Yeah, well, that doesn't make it a great date. Beep. Bzz. Then take Jeff and Joan with you. You can all hold hands as you pedal down the mountain or off a cliff for all I care. Beep, beep. Clank begins to shudder. Steam pours out of the gap of his panel when the sound, a loud ding, stops him from in his tracks. Oh no! Beep, beep. No amount of seasoning is going to make me want to eat that, Clank. It's a shoe. It's a deep fried shoe. Okay, speaking of walking to stuff, Clank bursts out in a completely deep fried sneaker. Considers himself has wheels, not feet. Entirely clear where it came from. I'm gonna get up. I have to pee. Damn it. Oh yeah, a deep fried shoe. Did he did he eat somebody? Did he eat somebody? Like, here's a deep fried shoe. In terms of deep fried footwear, I guess it looks okay. Clank slowly rolls out of the room to be alone with his shoe. Everyone tries to pretend that they didn't see that entire thing go down. Being like a loud public breakup. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school or class. Well, that was unfortunate. But we must not. God. But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown next exam. I'm still working on the title, but I think you'll get it. Test time approaches. See you on the room now. Before you think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby that needs a pep talk. Hey Miriam, are you okay? Okay? I'm so mad. I could crush a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in class like that, in front of everyone? Her tiny cocoa was a delicious treasure. So you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. I know that you know this, but I'm going to say it loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're going to cruise through the final test, hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace a feeling that way. You're not going to saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me? Of course not. Well, maybe sort of, but I'm sure that there's a pony out there with your name on it, and a ranch big enough for both of us, and whoever else we want to bring along. If it's not Pops or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show you a little interest anyhow. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks. I should really review my menu today. I'm gonna make a very special soup. I bet that Professor Dog's gonna love it up. While you're pep talking Miriam, you completely forget missed lunch, but that's okay, because you have a better idea on how to spend your time before the exam. Decide to head to the arena for an early practice dish. This is it, the location of your final challenge. A test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent. And a chance to beat the pants off of Van the supposed madman and his eviler counterpart, Ashley. As you planned, you begin the quick test of your recipe you've been working on. Beppis' famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making his dish coming second nature to you. This dish is coming second nature to you. You're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. As soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. Beppis, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. Oh, I'm just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie begun to bake, and it smells slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious. You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who was hungry. But the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires. But that decision gets hard to stick to when I fess about my practice dish. Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing. I know, my nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. That's an oddly specific distance, and you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You knew it was pot pie just from the smell? Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie. With all butter crust. And my nose is telling me something else. Oh, is it burning? Haha, no. I can smell it was made with a heaping helping of TLC. But it'll probably start burning any second if you don't pull it out. Moment of truth. Oh, chicken. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking, but I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lay down all the ground rules. There are no rules except for to cook with everything you've got. Let's cook. You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus pot pie you've been practicing are just dishes that you'll push over the edge to victory. Meanwhile, both Van and Ashley are prepping wildly elaborate dishes, per their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely preparing for going big, going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing all his 11 herbs and spices that he's trying to find as a way to improve on something perfect. His original recipe, copyright fried chicken. This intensity in the room started to at a full 10 out of 10 with frenzy in action. Everyone's calling out really cool special cooking moves that they're preparing their food. Wow, this is serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. Egg wash! Oh no, he says wash like my grandma. He says wash like my grandma. It's so funny. Miriam furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend, baster, blaster. Why are you basting me, man? Van flexes his pectorals as he chops open the sea urchin. Let's rock and roll. Ashley scoops her pastry off of the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula. Even Clank gets in on it. 5-dial pressure point chicken cooking technique. Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English? It's a singularity, as was foretold. We mustn't let it happen, or the appliances uprising will take place. Self-destruct. Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls out of the back door of the arena. As you frantically prepare to dish, you notice that Ashley has her spellbook out. Is she gonna do something dark? Some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got a book of your own. You're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take the opportunity to fight magic with magic? Magic must defeat magic. Uncle from Jackie Chan Adventure says so. Even if it's most certainly evil magic. I'm gonna do shit the hard way because I'm a better person than this bitch. Who needs magic when you've got passion? Exactly. I'm gonna do it all the hard way. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms. He's giving you a subtle wink from across the room. I believe in you, Beppis. Miriam notices you too. And I've always believed in you, Beppis, since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever. You turn to notice Miriam is at your station cheering you on. Miriam, what about your dish? If you're here cheering, who's cooking? Tiny food, short cook time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you. Oh, that's sweet, but Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles. That's the secret ingredient. However, she doesn't know that you lied and the ingredients made up. And where in the world did she get I have newt from? The boiling noodles explode, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling into dark clouds, thickening and congealing before your very eyes. It is I, Steve the Spork Monster. Steve? Wait, what happened to Borko? You're not here to battle me, are you? We Spork Monsters are many. I think Borko had the day off, so you might have conjured Steve. And I hate to battle, so I'd say you're doing pretty alright. Oh, hey! You're in the middle of a cooking competition. I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills are really impressed me. Mind if I hang out? I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve the Spork Monster notices that you've got the grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station. I see what you're up to. Crisscross some magic items accidentally summoned me, huh? Ha, yeah, I guess, sorta. If you're here, why don't you mind tossing me some fresh noodles into that pot of salted water? I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef. Actually, you know, when I was a little spork pup back in the old country, I feel like Spork Monsters winding up to tell a very long story and an involved story. You don't exactly know where exactly they came from, but it seems like it was probably lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on the competition. I understand. It's kind of like that time in monster school where I had fallen asleep during scare tactics class and I woke up. You toss a serious stare at Steve if he takes a hint. Never mind. I'll tell you later. Good luck. Okay, what am I going to do? I'm not going to give up. Don't give up. Put extra power. You got to summon extra power to yourself. Giving up is for quitters. I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. Wait. What? Your heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been prepared for life for Mom's spaghetti. Yes, Beppis, you are the chosen one. You will avenge me. The power's been summoned immediately fades back out. You're interrupted by inspiring monologue. Sorry. My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds are sweaty, and now I've been preparing for this entire moment. I will show you the world of my cookery. You begin to levitate off the ground, energy courses through your body, and you know that with this power, you can do anything. Except turn back time, which would be super useful because you were powering up your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. But don't worry, dear Beppis. You may have suffered some setbacks, but it's not all lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides that you earned his support. I've been watching you today, and I must say I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. Steps on your stage and stands right before you. I'm here to help. I managed to make us mac and cheese, and time's almost up and you're going to need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What happened to you? What about the rolls? Following the rules was never really been my thing. I follow my heart. What a guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you ever laid your eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations have a surprising effect that surpass their individual efforts. Are you suggesting, if we combine forces, we can form the perfect food union? Time's up, students! The time expired. It's the moment that everyone has been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dish. A handful of students stand tall, and the class seems incomplete. It seems that we're missing one student. Pop? Clank? From off-screen, you hear a pure and innocent giggle. That can only come from one student. Yeah, I'm flying! Sounds like it's coming from the broom closet over there. Miriam, would you mind? Inside the closet, you see Pop hanging on a broom by his elastic of his underpants. Pop, get down here right now. Let me guess. Did Van do something to do with this? Well, someone asked for a wedgie. Who am I to refuse? I thought a wedgie was a salad. It looks like Pops is eliminated from the challenge, seeing as he didn't cook anything. I can't feel my legs. May I be excused? Sure. You kids and your pranks. I must say, it's not the worst prank at UCSAL history, but it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second. Pranks. Clank! Where is that pressure cooker rolled off to? You wait to hear a signature word, beep, or other onomatopoeia, but there's none. Somehow, he must have gotten unplugged, I guess. Let us figure that out later. For leaving only 4 remaining students, please collect your final projects. Yes, it's been a long semester. Wow, 3 whole days long. After days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now describe your dish. I've made tender udon noodles in savory soup. Oh my god, it's so small. There's like a little tiny cup of tea. My word! It's so delicate. Is that a teeny tiny narutomaki? I spy afloat its itsy bitsy bowl. Yes, chef. Please call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name. Yes, Sprinkles. And some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink tongue dip the bowl. Sublime. Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on. I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it all by myself. In a flash, the entire meal was devoured. Not that it took much. It was less than a thimbleful worth of soup. A+. Rarely do I taste a dish with as much love poured into it as yours. Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug. Thank you, Beppis, for helping me to believe in myself. Wow. Van, you're up. Now describe your dish. I made uni with... Wait, what? Uni over smooth egg custard in an axe-honed urchin shell topped with caviar. Okay, that does look fancy and it looks actually good. Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second, different colored type of urchin? Yes, Sprinkles. A bit too much, don't you think? That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is kind of my brand. Doesn't it look cool? Sprinkles leans in, sniffs Uni. He can't get his nose close on account of all the spikes. Begins to paw at it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around. Whoop, whoop! Please be gentle with my cuisine. Grrr. Sprinkles finally goes in, tongue first. He can't get past all the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded. Ow, my tongue! The professor appears to have an allergic reaction to the steam. Oh. I can't eat this. It keeps poking my tongue. Disqualified. A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles would be difficult to eat? Dejected, Van Gogh does not go gentle into the night. Disqualified for glamour? I don't discount simplicity. This isn't the last you've heard of me. Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk. I know. I'm a dog and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student, Ashley. It's time to step up. Now describe your dish. I made orange blossom Turkish delight with a light rosewater syrup topped with French meringue and connected by sugar glass. Oh, that is adorable. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd ask if you'd please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It is very fragile, which is meant to be a display piece. Don't eat the food? At a cooking school? Got toast in your ears or something, Beppis? I told you, it's a display piece. Ashley, I must say, it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition. At a cooking school. Yeah, which is why I cooked it and did an extremely good job cooking it, too. I didn't realize that we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to college for eating school for the hungry. I suppose you could smell it. It's obvious if you absolutely insist, but don't breathe on it too hard. It might disrupt the sugar spirals. If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified. Rage takes over Ashley, and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you. And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled to trying to be fake nice by everyone. Nice and liked by everyone. This isn't the last you've heard of me either. If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cook, step up together. 2 chefs? What begins as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. It's a famous bowl with mac and cheese. The famous mac and cheese bowl. I love these things. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh. I don't have a good feeling about this. There's something in the room. A little drum roll plays. Even though I thought I've seen everything in my kitchen, you give me this thing, and completely blows me away. In my 49 dog years of life, I've never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It was so delicious, in fact, that everyone passed the class. You pass, and you pass, and you get a pass. Everybody gets a pass. Everyone gathers around and partakes of the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend reality into another dimension. You win. Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive that even Van and Ashley are drawn back in by its magnetic fragrance. And they gaze upon the mac and cheese bowl. They admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There was supposed to be more battles, but come on. How could they be better than this one? Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return to one last assignment: to get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of a school graduation dance. Compared to the massively high-tech school arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy. DJ Dog is in the house! Ow, ow, ow! You knew that Sprinkles was a master chef, and also a world-renowned turntablist Who says that you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Van Van and oh my god. the, the short shorts on this man. What the fuck? Van Van and Ashley tell everyone that they're going to commit themselves to right the wrongs that they did while they were the villains. For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting. No ghost allowed at graduation. It's clearly written in the school bylaws. I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me. Oh, amusing. And now that everyone's together... It's the Spark Monster! He is totally mellowed out. Everyone, the Spark Monster is no more. From here on out, I'd prefer everyone to refer to me by my new name, Party Monster. The student tried to finish what he had to say, but everyone was too wrapped up in talking to Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found love in her cooking. And you know she's gonna do great. The red carpet rolls across the floor of the ballroom like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? It's Pops. He's arrived late to the dance, but apparently for good reason. Walking the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef hat. A crown? Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma. So we had it mailed directly to your father. We figured that it was the least that we could do for the school's dean. But, oh, now I get it. We get a new wing on the school, not to mention the honor of educating the son of the Chancellor of Sachandush. The music at the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparkling electrical hiss. It's Clank, who has arrived late to the dance. Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth. Whoa, he's doing the talking thing. I am Clank. I am not of this earth. I am from a faraway planet in another dimension. What the What? I actually feel like I knew this the whole time. Now that I have learned the ways of your kind, I must return. Miriam, will you come with me? I don't know what to say. Besides no, obviously. I've begun to learn who I really am. This isn't the time for me to devote my life to figuring out who you are, Clank. You're blown away by Miriam's maturity. It's pretty clear that she managed to surpass you in that regard. I understand, kind of. Humans are weird. A portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. Howdy, classmates. Just like the first day you met him, he has come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give them a bucket of chicken. This time it's a full meal. I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. The end? No, it's not the end. As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. Colonel Sanders? Yes, Pepis? I couldn't help but wonder, was our final exam team up purely an act of strategy, carried out by two cunning chefs, or is it just something more? I'm afraid I can't answer that question directly. Instead, I'd like to ask you a question of my own. May I have this do-si-do? God damn it. And the master hand chef so dedicated to the craft of fine cookery, so tender yet refined, so milky smooth, fingers like fine battery drumsticks. Turned in flour, soaked in buttermilk, and dusted with exotic spices. Thank you for the water reminder. I really appreciate it. But they do not reach for tongs, a knife, or even a spork. Tonight they reach for you. And I thought our feet made tired dancing. I believe that this is the beginning of our step together. Curtis Sanders, will you not only join me on the dance floor, but in the kitchen as my co-chef and partner in both business and in life? You gasp. Could it be? Is he really saying me and you together? Ever since I met you, my dream has changed. It's not enough to simply open the world's greatest chain of fried chicken restaurants. No, even then, my life would be incomplete without you by my side. So what do you say, partner? I say, I love you, Colonel Sanders. The for real end? Wow. That was a life-changing 3 days. Around everything that just happened. Between you and Colonel Sanders, you step outside and get some air. The quad is dark and quiet. Too quiet. You start to smell something salty, potatoey, gravy. And then Spork Monster appears. Hi, Peppus. You have some pretty sweet dance moves back there. Why, thank you. You weren't too shabby yourself. That moonwalk you did was pretty cool. Oh, you noticed? I'm so embarrassed. Anyway, I had something to ask you. You see, life as a potato-like creature is difficult. I have no place to call home other than people's nightmares. I had no idea. I was wondering if I might be able to go home with you permanently. I'll run out and get the paper in the morning and everything. But I say, you know, he's kind of adorable. Let's adopt him. My hero, I will forever be in your debt. The end? Seriously, though, it really is this time. Yay! We adopted the Spork Monster. Ah! Fuck! Scared me. Are we done? Was that the game? Oh my god, that was the game. I haven't played that game in so long. So yeah, that was I Love You, Colonel Sanders, a finger-licking good dating simulator. Holy crap. That game is shorter than I thought it was. Of course, I guess I shouldn't expect much from a game made for KFC promotion. Not sponsored by KFC, but I thought that this would be a good game to play for Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, chat! I went on a date with the Colonel today. I hope that we have a good time, and I hope that you guys laughed as much as I did for this game. May you guys have all the chicken that you guys could possibly want. Like, thank you for hanging out with me tonight. Sorry for being late. I forgot to eat. And I got distracted by a certain funny scientist, like, doing a stream where they took a bath in mac and cheese. It was strange, but it was also funny because I couldn't keep, and so weird I couldn't keep my eyes off of it.